Hey, what's up, everybody? It's X Cavalier, and I'm here today to give you guys a little, how would you say, a brief description on how to play the game. This video is more so for anybody that's looking for extra useful tips that they probably don't know about, or if you're just beginning to start the game and you want to get an edge on how to play, so you don't run into any rookie mistakes. So first, we're going to go into how to play. So this game has a 5v5 mobile aspect to the game. Usually, how the game goes down is the mage will go in the middle, or a ranged hero that's able to control the mid lane, and then you have then the other four teammates go to the top and bottom lane, splitting in half, two on top, two on bottom, so then both can go into jungle and stay in the lane. Um, I will also say this though. Um, I would recommend you have one person in the jungle. If you want any junglers at all, have at least one, because that way he can pretty much play as your roamer. He'll be able to maneuver throughout the entire map to help your team. You won't be limited to one specific area, which is always a bad thing. You don't want to be limited to one specific area if you're supposed to be moving around. So yeah, always have a roamer pretty much. Let's go into heroes. I made a little list of heroes that I think are good for beginners. So we're just going to go down this little list right here. For ranged heroes, ranged physical, I picked Minerva and Solus. Mainly for the fact that you don't, not only the fact that you're seeing them a lot in low elo matches, to be more specific, but they're really good for, and you want to get a good start off for playing as a range. They're very, Solus is very maneuverable, able to get in and out of battles, able to take his opponents from afar. While Minerva, she's able to take her opponents with just a brief few basic attacks from her first ability, which increases her basic attack speed and her movement speed. So those are two really good heroes for beginners, in my opinion. They have a solid understanding of how to use the abilities, and how to even handle a situation of getting jumped by melees or just anyone in general. So for mages, I picked Eastine and Crystal. Why did I pick Eastine? Eastine has the most control, in my opinion, of all the mages, aside of the fact of Lunaria and Cleopatra. But he has a speed buff, he has summoning abilities, he has a transform ability that allows him to summon a black hole that sucks you back in after a few seconds if you're still in it. He's pretty much like your jack of all trades. He's a really good hero for a mage, especially for beginners, and I definitely would recommend this hero for anybody who's just starting the game and wants to play mage. Second hero I picked was Crystal. The reason why I picked Crystal was not only the fact that you're getting her when you start up your new account, but also she's very strong. If you're able to land your icicle throws and freeze your opponent a lot, you can honestly destroy an entire team with no problem. It just takes a lot of practice. And Crystal's definitely the hero to do that job. Has a lot of burst damage, has very far range, so she doesn't have to get up close like heroes like Flavia over here. For tanks, I decided to pick Lubu, Rockman, and Minos. The reason why I picked three was because when it comes to durables, there's multiple variations you could go with. The reason why I picked Lubu after one of the updates where they lowered his strength increase per level, everyone thought he wasn't the best tank anymore. When actually it's the opposite. He's still really good. Lubu has a dash that he can use 3 times. Third time stuns an enemy if he lands on anybody. He has a slow, and he has an ultimate that deals bonus damage based on strength differences. he's a hero that I feel like is very basic and very easy to use. Something that a beginner would definitely want to go with, just to have an understanding of how it plays on an introduction to tanks, pretty much. The second hero I went for tank is Rockman. Why did I pick Rockman? So, aside from the fact, and I know that he's only available in the secret shop now. However, Rockman is really good for dealing damage to the enemy team. He may not be the best at like defending his allies. However, he does succeed in dealing damage over time, which means the enemy's ranged allies cannot get to you if he's busy just shooting meteor showers at them. So that's why I like Rockman. He's a really good tank, really good at dishing out the damage that's necessary for his team. And the third tank I picked was Minos. Why did I pick Minos? Minos has a lot of really good abilities. He has a hook, he has a slow/stun, which I'm going to go into in a minute, and he has an ultimate that can insta-kill an enemy if they're low enough on health. So back to the stun/slow I was talking about. He has an area of effect ability that when you cast it, if you're below half health, you're going to get stunned. If you're not below half health, you get slowed by 30%. I feel like he's a really good pick for tanks, for the beginners to be more specific. Mainly for the fact that they're not having to do any extra or strategic things. They're able to actually relax and get their practice up before they're able to take on to other tanks, such as Grom, where you have to actually land your hooks a lot more than how easy it is with Minos, or Nazar, or Murdoch. He's not that hard, which is why I think he's a perfect candidate for beginners when it comes to playing as a tank. The melees. Let's get into melees. The melees I picked for this was Venom and Ares. The reason why I picked Venom is, people look at him as an assassin as well. I look at him as both. He's really good at dishing out insane amount of damage if you're able to build him right. And also, he's able to take in a lot of damage if you're building durable items on him. Venom is pretty much a walking powerhouse if you're able to get ahead of items, or even get the items that you need for him. I picked him because this allows beginners to explore deeper into the game, explore dashes or defensive abilities or buff abilities. This is why I say Venom would be one of the good picks for beginners for melee, because he expands their minds for all sorts of strategies and engagements and fights. Second hero I picked for this was Ares. Why did I pick Ares? I know a lot of people have been saying that Ares has been weak or has been nerfed. However, I don't really think that that's true. I feel like Ares can still hang into the fight, and I feel like he can dish out a lot of damage if you play him right. I feel like he'd be good for beginners because Ares is looked upon as a tank/warrior, which means if Ares uses his ultimate, which taunts you and causes you to fight him back, he's gonna do a lot of damage to you if you don't have any life steal and if he has his items, mainly for the fact of all the bonuses that it gives him. Also, he has a defensive ability and another ability that allows him to jump at you, dishing out more damage. I would say Ares is one of the go-to heroes besides Venom for beginners for melee, because his kit he has a lot of utility in his kit. So let's head over to the assassins now. The assassins I picked was Wolfram and Mikio. Wolfram is probably one of the best heroes in the game, in my opinion, mainly for the fact that his abilities allows him to stay in the fight and to get the kills that he needs. And if he cannot get that kill, he's able to escape fair and square. I picked Wolfram for the beginners because they need. I feel like they should be able to have a cushion at least to understand the boundaries of overextending and not overextending. And Wolfram really does teaches that. The second assassin I picked, like I said, was Mikio. Why did I pick Mikio? Mikio is pretty much the, how do you say, he's like paper except he's like a powerful laser where he can't take a lot of damage. However, if he starts using his abilities on you, you're gonna regret fighting him. Mikio is one of the types that you can jump in, dish out an insane amount of damage, and your team should be able to cover you so then you guys can secure the kill. Mikio is a really great assassin for these beginners, and I feel like if they use him, they might actually end up liking him. So, we're gonna get into how to maneuver. So, let's, meanwhile, while we talk about that, I'm gonna start a matchup. Hopefully we get some good players in this random PvP match. How to maneuver. When I mean how to maneuver, I mean how to kill the minions, how to rotate around the map accordingly, and pretty much how to ensure your own safety without costing your own team's lives. For example, Lunaria. She has ability that can banish people. Actually, hold on, give me 1 second. Okay, so they don't have an ADC. Okay. Use Minerva. Okay, do I have it right? Yes, I do. Okay. As I was saying, with maneuvering, you have to be on point with it. I don't expect too much of the beginners to be able to handle that right on point. However, as you're getting to higher tiers, I recommend that you maneuver a little bit better, because you're gonna have to predict. You're gonna have to pretty much predict the steps of your opponents. You're gonna have to expect what they're gonna do and how they're gonna play with the hero they have. If you can't, you're gonna fall a lot for it. And then last but not least, you have to know your hero if you're gonna play them. I recommend, if you're starting out in this game, pick 2 heroes to main and play them until you get to like the next tier. So like from silver 2, for example, to gold 1. Just so you can know how to use those heroes efficiently. That way when you go back to them, you're like, okay, I know how to play this hero, because I already played it way back then. We're going to start at the bot lane. Okay, no, we're going to go to the top lane, actually. So, I'm going to be quiet for the rest of this match. I hope you guys enjoy this match. I hope you guys enjoy these tips. Let me know how you guys feel about my advice, about my tips. Let me know if you think I left something out. But in the meantime, I'll see you guys later. let's go for another one. Um, I must admit, we had some pretty bad teammates in that match. As you guys saw, Cow used his ultimate ridiculously early, which he should have never done. But all in all, we just didn't get a great team. So let's go for this one more time. And after this, I'm going to have to wrap it up till the next video. Alright, let's go. Alright guys, once again, I apologize for the extremely long video. I hope you guys enjoy this, like I said again. In the meantime, I'll catch y'all later. Peace.